Alright guys, so welcome to the editing video. So here we go, we're going to dive in, and part of the editing I'm actually going to set some stuff up. So a few little new plugins that I've picked up that I'm really liking, and as I said, this is number 15, so I've actually, this weekend's been a big weekend for me. I've mixed 15 of these, and I'm going to go back and do a second mix now of all of them, but this is the last one here. So one of the things that you end up getting into a bit of a system, and you know what works, and you can really start dialing it in by doing it multiple times. It really does become easy, and you're doing less technical things, and you're doing more just making the sounds work, and so it's really cool. So one of the first things is I just picked up one of these guys. These are really cool for mastering. I really like this plugin here. I still only know just a handful of things. I've watched the tutorial once, but I'm going to go back over it because a lot of this stuff's really, they do a lot of cool stuff here. It's by PSP. It's called the Q2, and one of the settings I'm liking a lot is the big bottom, and then I just pull it down a little bit, and that pulls down the whole range, which is really cool. And then I turn up the width just a little bit, like 111. That seems what I liked. It has a bit of a saturation kind of thing. I'm going to go with the vintage limiter. I'm not gonna really do much. I'm only going to touch maybe one there. I just want a little bit of warmth, or just an extra little vibe to it. It's got a really cool vibe here. Just turn up a character just a little bit. Only 9 from 50, I guess. And yep, that's the setting that's been working for me on all the other tracks. So we'll come back to that when we're mixing. But I get that one there. I've got my Pug Child ready to go. My backs EQ, my AMEC. This is kind of getting more into the mixing and mastering, but I just make sure these things are on, and so I want to hear it kind of as it's going. So I just turn down some of these thresholds so that it's not quite engaged. I don't want it working hard just yet. And my limiter, I'll just make sure that one's backed off just that a little bit. Okay, we've got lead vocals or lead melody. These are the leads here. Just going to send them to the lead channel and just give them a color. One of the things I've been doing is turning up the reverb a little bit on those leads, just to get them stick out a little bit more, or blend in or a little bit more, I guess. Okay, so that's the spare. We've got our drums and kick up there. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so we've got a slide here. I'm going to change that color as well. We've got a couple of lead melodies. I'm going to get rid of some of that noise. If you zoom right in, you can just see all this noise here. Just going to get rid of that. Don't need it. I'll come back and trim those right. First thing I'm going to do, actually I'm going to turn off the lead. We'll just do the rhythm and the bass. Turn the bass down just a little bit. Alright, so got a couple that are a little out of time here. I'm just going to grab these two. Always make sure you do these little fades. Don't want any pops. And I want it really quiet, so I'm actually going to cut that out. I'm going to trim this so there's no noise and it's just so tight and clean. Do it again there. Now you can highlight all of them, and with Pro Tools, if you press F, it does a little fade on all of them. Those little shortcuts are really key. So this little chain that kind of just turning down some of them, and I'm actually going to turn the drums down a bit. It's a bit loud. Alright, just keep trimming. I could copy and paste this one again, but I'm going to go just a little bit longer. I think we can move those over just a little bit. That's where we're going to start the next ones. Alright, make sure we do our F, which is going to trim all those, and we're actually going to consolidate those. And they should be pretty much a repeat. I'm just going to copy this first half. Something happened there. I don't know if that's actually is a repeat. That's where it starts. Let's see. Oh, over here, I mean. All right, get back to the grid. Over here. I'm gonna kind of trim the edit the bass as we go. It's a little bit late there. I should say early actually. It's a little early. And then this one's a little late. So just trimming those up. So there's a little early, this one. It means over here that was back. So I think, I'm not sure what went on here. Something's not quite right. I'm just going to repeat that, see if that works. Alright, cool. So that was it. I fixed that now. So going back here, I think I do remember just giving that one strum out because I knew if I had two of them, I could do this. You just change them over and just double them. So just cleaning up as we go. This is all part of editing. Make sure those are all got the little crossfade on them. Let's keep going. Nice little edit point there. Those ones just a little bit, make them a little bit tighter. Alright, so just making sure I've got all those fades. These guys need a crossfade. Put a crossfade on those. We can get rid of that spare. Just hide it for now. And there's also one at the end here. There's an extra cut. That's it. Good. All right, let's back to the top. Double check it. All right, so I'm not going to put the claps until a little later on. actually where I'm going to add a drum, just a kick. There it is. I'm just going to follow these kicks pattern that I've got here. I'm looking up, it's right on the grid there. Cool, I think that's the whole rhythm, but I'm going to change that kit to be more of a, like an indie, I want to do this kit. Do like a slow riz, I think is good, or large and open. Let's go with large and open, see what that sounds like. Cool. I'm also going to add I'm going to do that for a few sections. And then I'll add on this one here, I'll add like a hat or a... something just on the upbeats, something in between. And this is actually should be over here maybe. Dun, 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 or something. Alright, so I don't know if I'll use it all the time. I also want to come up with a shaker here. I got easy drummer going here. Let's do, no shaker, let's do a tambourine. I want a cymbal as well. Oops. Gotta make sure I click this on grid. Now we want to go slip. Cool, I think I'm going to put it in the beginning. Just going to turn that snare down. Well, let's see what it sounds like with the different presets. I like that better. Don't need a new preset. I mean, don't need to turn it down. The cymbal is really loud. Let's turn that down. was too much. I will be turning this whole drum kit down a little bit, so that's a little loud. I want that cymbal, so I'm just copying that there. Alright, so turn that down a bit. I'm weighing if I should put, it would be too much to put a cymbal at the beginning of this one. Let's just see. Put a little bit of reverb on this. It's kind of like getting into the mixing, but I kind of do, you know, I do them both kind of at the same time, mixing and editing as I'm going. All right, I think most of the these parts are hopefully everything's got a fade on it like this. I might just have to double check things as we go. All right, turn down the bass just a little bit. Okay, let's edit these melodies. Before we get to that, let's do that slide guitar melody. That would be easy to edit. Might put a little bit of reverb on that. It's got a bit of reverb already on it. See these little bumps here? What that is when I take the slide off the guitar, you can hear it. And that just makes it polished. You know, you polish that, you take that off, and there's no noise in there. Just a nice fade. It's very smooth. So what I'm doing here is, if you notice, I like to have a bit more of a longer fade on this, so it's more natural than just cutting off. And then these ones I do a short little fade. So some of these I've actually already done a fade on, so I need to make sure they're stretched out longer. These two here as well. They just sound more natural that way. Save. Alright, so that one's there. I'm kind of like cleaning up visually as I'm also listening for anything that goes wrong, if there's anything out of time or something that sticks out. So I'm kind of cleaning visually, like you can see here. I know that's a noise, and so you're just doing these fades and just making things smooth visually. And then I'm listening as I go with anything that might stick out. I think those are good. All right, let's have a listen to the electric guitar, the main lead guitar here. I was a little fast or a little early on some of those. They all look a little early. These two are early as well. See what that sounds like. That's a little early. Let's pull that back. A little early as well. Those are pretty early, pretty rushed. Let's tighten them up. You can see I'm looking here and they all look rushed. So this is a cool thing you can do, is you can move them all. I like that. Makes it easy. Do some fades. This one's a little late. That's a little early. I'm trying to match these up here as well. So these need to be very similar so it doesn't sound like they're happening at the same time. Alright, they're all, except for these are a bit fast here, and these three are. So in this one here, it's actually a little late. It's not too bad. It's a little, I am going to move this one, but it is actually okay to be a little lazy. It's okay on this slow dragging kind of song. So that's okay. Cool. Now I think there needs to be a part in here. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not ready to commit much to this. I'm not like ready to consolidate that down because there might be some cuts there I want to redo. And you can see where you can see it more, all the cuts and everything that you've worked on already. When it's consolidated, you don't know where where they should be or where they shouldn't be or where you made the mistake. So one thing I like to do, sometimes I'll just copy or I duplicate those tracks and then just grab all of it and just drag it to where I think it's supposed, the next section's supposed to be. Just get rid of that kick. So yes, I don't know where that's supposed to finish there. So let's get rid of that. So we just drag that up. Oh, we can get rid of that. All right, I think we're getting close to wrapping up the editing here. I think I'm happy with that. All right, let's wrap that up for editing. And yeah, so that's editing. And so what I'll do is I'll see you in the next video, and we will be mixing it and finishing it up. We'll mix and master it, and so you'll see the process that I take, and any new plugins that I'm using, you'll see that as well. So awesome. See you in the next one.